Welcome to this Quick Take Rapid Learning module. Today's topic, Unconsidered Needs, how changing the conversation wins sales. Jane is a careful buyer. She's researched her options, carefully documented her needs, and invited 3 top vendors, all offering competitive products and pricing, to submit a proposal. If you were one of the vendors, how would you assess your chances of getting the business? About 1 in 3? What if you could increase those odds dramatically by engaging Jane in a different conversation from the one she intended to have? What if you could lock up the deal while everyone else was still waiting around to see who won? Conventional wisdom suggests 2 ways to create that conversation. 1, you can try to change the rules. You tell the buyer, you asked for X, but you really need Y. Y, of course, being something that gives you an edge over your competitors. In other words, you tell Jane that despite all her due diligence, she made a mistake. Or 2, you can try to add value by throwing in something extra to tip the scales. But these days, with so many vendors and so much information, it's hard to be unique. Whatever added value you can offer, competitors can usually match. In this quick take, you will learn another way to change the odds in your favor when you're facing a buyer who thinks they know what they want. Specifically, you will learn how talking about unconsidered needs can position you as a safer and better choice, the best time to bring them up in your sales presentation or proposal, and how to identify unconsidered needs that will resonate with your buyers. To get a better understanding of unconsidered needs and how to use them, let's look at a recent experiment. The study recruited 400 people and told them to imagine they were business owners seeking a $10 million line of credit. Each participant was asked to consider 4 different proposals. Proposal 1 gave the buyer what they asked for. It offered the line of credit at a competitive rate and explained that the lender had been in the community for 75 years and understood small business. Proposal 2 responded with similar positioning and also introduced value-added services. Specifically, the proposal included tailored services and on-staff experts. Proposal 3 also responded to what the buyer had asked for and late in the buying process introduced an unconsidered need, a need that the buyer had never expressed. Specifically, the presenter said something like this: 42% of companies who take a line of credit end up failing due to underlying problems in the business. So we come in and analyze your business to make sure there are no hidden issues. Proposal 4 introduced the unconsidered need up front instead of at the end. When the customers were asked which offer they wanted to go with, they were significantly more likely to choose Proposal 4, the one that presented unconsidered needs at the beginning. An unconsidered need involves more than simply adding value through things like better terms. Any vendor can do that. It involves an additional need the buyer isn't taking into account until you bring it up. In this study, for example, the winning proposal first identified a new but related problem that a high percentage of businesses taking a loan end up failing, and second, offered a solution to that problem, an in-depth analysis of the buyer's business. When presented at the beginning of the proposal, the unconsidered need disrupts the buyer's decision-making process in a good way. It forces the buyer to reconsider their needs, which changes the rules of the game in your favor. While your competitors are only solving the buyer's original problem, you're solving that problem, plus a new and different one. Salespeople are in an ideal position to identify unconsidered needs because they bring deep knowledge to the table. For the buyer, purchasing your product or service is only one of many challenges on their plate. For you as a salesperson, solving these sorts of problems is your full-time job. Here are 2 more examples of unconsidered needs. You're looking for a courier service that can provide same-day delivery to your customers, but often that means deliveries will happen outside regular office hours. So, when you place an order with us, our dispatcher immediately calls your customer to be sure someone will be available to accept delivery. Or, you're looking for a consultant who can help streamline your business processes. But studies show that one of the most common reasons new business processes fail is because frontline workers feel a lack of ownership. So we collect ongoing input and feedback from these workers as part of our program. As you identify and present unconsidered needs, consider 3 caveats. 1. You'll need to identify actual needs, not invented needs. This approach isn't about pushing the buyer towards your product's particular strengths, and it isn't about finding an upselling opportunity. It's about disrupting the buyer's thinking. 2. Though we've called these needs unconsidered, the buyer may in fact be aware of them. But when you explicitly put them back on the table, you create the same disruptive effect. You're solving problems that your competitors aren't. And you gain credibility with your buyer by demonstrating that you understand their world. 3. Be careful how you phrase the unconsidered need. If you introduce it by saying, "Did you know?" your buyer may feel patronized. Instead, simply identify the issue or introduce it with soft language. For example, "We've found," or "What happens if?" Let's review what we've learned. When you merely respond to buyers' stated needs or emphasize value-added services, you risk getting lumped together with your competitors. Introducing unconsidered needs can disrupt the decision-making process, allowing you to propose a unique solution that sets you apart and ultimately lands you the sale. Thanks for watching. Now return to the program page and take the quiz. Also, please take 15 seconds to click on the survey link and fill out an evaluation of this program.